Il prossimo ospite viene da Timisoara e quindi ci parlerà, ci racconterà cosa sta succedendo in Romania riguardo alla crescita della elettrificazione. Credo che sia molto, molto interessante anche per vedere la velocità con la quale nei paesi dell'est si sta approcciando questa problematicità che parte da lontano, cioè dall'impatto ambientale. Quindi con grande piacere do il benvenuto a Oliver Albu e con piacere gli cedo la parola.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
So thank you for the opportunity to share with you some slides about what we believe the present and the future of the electrification should be on the personal vehicles. You talked about and very interesting information about the public transport and so on. And actually, I wanted to share information about what's happening on the EU level, not only in Romania, although it's a market that's growing, but there are other markets that are growing much faster. As you probably know, and maybe there was topics linked to this subject previously, so the EV sales in Europe grew last year by 10 times more than previous years, as compared to the public charging points. So actually the public charging points are not keeping the pace with the growth of the market of EV sales. And that's a problem that we need to address, especially because according to the latest study from ASEA, in order to keep up the pace and meet the EU targets, we would need to install 14,000 chargers per week. So think about it, 14,000 chargers. How can you achieve that? Even if you put them in bus stations, even if you put them everywhere, it's still a big number. So actually, I want to detail a little bit about what fast charging and destination charging means. So you have at home and an apartment building, you have chargers that you can install chargers which we call, let's say, destination chargers, because where the vehicles are sleeping, so-called, you are charging the vehicles as you are not using them overnight or at a workplace during the working hours. And then you have so-called urban charging hubs, where you need fast chargers because you don't want to lose time. So you usually charge on your way on a long distance, and you want to stop for a coffee, and then you need to charge very fast. But there are situations in which slow is fast enough, because as I said, at home you really don't need a fast charger. You can leave it overnight and the vehicle will charge. Also at the office, fast can be too fast, or at places where the car stays for a longer period of time, and then if you use a fast charger, there is always a chance for someone to queue to stay in the line, and then you need to come and move the car because someone else will want to use the charger. But on the highway, as I said, there is no such thing as fast, so you really need a fast charger. So we know from our own studies, but also BMW stated last year that 80% of charge points, even today, but in the future, will be slow chargers, which will be installed at home, in workplace, in public parking locations, and only few percent will be fast chargers. Yeah? And this is actually the situation even today. So in order to reach the goals and to install at that pace, we need home and office charging. Yeah? So what would be an ideal home charger? The one, obviously, who charges the vehicle overnight uses the energy available, the capability available of the grid, because you don't want to overload, the grid and the circuit breaker to cut the power. It needs to be integrated with your home to be smart, to be able to ask Alexa and Google to start charging, and also when you will have photovoltaic installation, it needs to be integrated, so the best way is to use the free energy available. And of course, it needs to be affordable and has a good design in order to be pleasant. For condominiums and office, it's similarly, but in the same time, it needs to be scalable. So the solution, it needs to be installed very easily and to allow scaling as many people will need EV chargers in the same flat. So, and also another problem will be when everyone will come and wants to charge at the same time. Yes, this happens in the evening. The system will need to be able to to share the power. So the chargers will need to know to share the power available among all the vehicles connected. And of course, you need to have a system of management in order to be able to provide access and share the charges among your neighbors or colleagues if it's in the office, and also to monitor the charging process and to monetize in many cases when you offer this service to foreign people which are not part of the condominium, let's say, or the office, but you still open this for public usage. So this is what we had in mind when we built our charger. So you can see it outside, maybe you saw it, next to the small toy Tesla. It's a charger that is simple to install, has enough power to fully charge the vehicle until morning, and also has a smart feature, has different specs. I will not go into details. We can talk in the break about them. And has a mobile app which enables the user to manage, control the charging process. And what's the most important thing, especially when we talk about installing at home and at the office, is that integrating with photovoltaic panels enables the users to benefit from free energy at the maximum. So it has several levels. If you are in a hurry, you can use the grid, but also the photovoltaics. But if you're not in a hurry, you can go fully green. So you can charge only when you have sun. Another proposal for the condominiums and the commercial installation is to optimize the way how the chargers are installed. And I have here a use case, for example, in a garage, the classical approach of linking every charger to the main supply. It means sometimes a high cost of the installation and also the cable that is used. But with our approach, in which we put a flat cable, and all the chargers are connected to that flat cable, and they are synchronized, and they can do load balancing, saves a lot of cost, and also it can triple the number of charge points that can be installed on a three-phase installation, because this is a one-phase charger. So actually it allows to serve many more parking locations. That together with the management tool, the platform, which enables, as I said earlier, management, API access, and many features which are useful when we talk about sharing the charger with people outside the company or outside, let's say, the condominiums, because you can also monetize. But also it has an API which enables the charger to be connected to third-party applications, third-party platforms, for example, parking apps, if you talk about parking locations, and has the possibility to do smart load balancing, as we said earlier. So it enables chargers to share the power and also use the power of that's available in the building, because sometimes the building also consumes energy, and that consumption is not constant. You have air conditioning, you have different appliances, and then you have a limit of power that you can consume at one point. And the charger can use only the available power. So in case the power consumption in the building increases, it will decrease the power delivered in the car in order to keep everything under a certain limit and not, go above the circuit breaker.
1 minute, no more, if you can.
Oh, yeah, yes. Okay, so now I'm finishing. The solution that we offer covers the entire spectrum of what's needed for electrifying houses, offices, condominiums, and so we are happy to give more information and show you outside the booth. Thank you.
Grazie, molto interessante. Visiteremo sicuramente la vostra postazione.